Now, yesterday we discussed impairment. And we saw when the carrying amount exceeds the recoverable value, the asset is said to be impaired, and such impairment loss is required to be written off to P&L account. But if you have revaluation reserve, you can write off against that. And the recoverable value is a higher of two amount: net selling price and value in use. Correct. Now, there's something known as cash generating unit for impairment test. I already said we have two stages of impairment. That was a simple calculation. Now we can have a cash generating unit. Cash generating unit. What is cash generating unit? Cash generating unit का मतलब होता है, it is that particular unit in a business which can earn independent cash flow. Suppose for example, this is my office furniture, AC. Can AC generate cash flow? No. Can furniture generate cash flow? No. They together generate cash flow. The cash generating unit for this business is entire set of assets. Correct? There is 10 assets and one CGU. But there can be 2-3 CGUs also. For example, if you see Adlabs Imagica, you will find water park and entertainment park. So there are two cash generating units. Now, water park is earning its own cash generating unit. Amusement park is earning its own cash generating unit. Correct? There are two CGUs. But inside whatever assets are there, they cannot independently earn cash flow from each other. So they have to be aggregate together. So that is known as cash generating unit. Now suppose I am running this coaching class and I have one more branch in the east, some 2 kilometers ahead. One more branch I have. Some admission take place there, some admission take place here. Some lectures take place there, some lectures take place here. Are these two separate cash generating units? No. They are same cash generating unit. Because I am earning the common cash flows in that. But I am in common staff, only the location is separate. So separate location doesn't mean it is a separate cash generating unit. But in case of Adlabs and all, there were two separate cash generating unit. One was earning, in fact it was having an exclusive cash generating unit, that was water park and amusement park. So Act states that when you are calculating impairment loss, after understanding the impairment loss for the individual asset, you should now able to identify a cash generating unit. Now, cash generating unit is nothing but a smallest identifiable group of assets which can generate cash flows, correct? So the question is, how to calculate impairment loss for a cash generating unit? Formula won't change, level has changed. Now there is no one asset, there are many assets to be impaired together, correct, in a bunch. So cash generating unit क्या होता है? It is nothing but a smallest group of assets. Smallest group of assets which can generate cash flows independent of others. I repeat once again, smallest group of assets which can generate cash flows independent of others is cash generating unit. Now we are going to compute the impairment loss here also. Formula will remain same. Impairment loss is equal to carrying amount minus recoverable value. Formula won't change, but a level has changed now. Now how to impair a cash generating unit? Let's see. Suppose A, B, C are 3 assets and they make one single cash generating unit. Correct? 4 assets can make up one cash generating unit. Now instead of impairing A, B, C, you should impair CGU at a higher level and then allocate a loss between A, B, C in a proper proportion. तो अगर इसका कैरिंग अमाउंट है मान लीजिए 200 रुपया, कैरिंग अमाउंट 200, कैरिंग अमाउंट 100, सब मिला के 500. The recoverable value of A is 100, B is 300, C is 200, 600. Now can you see at the CGU level the asset is not impaired, CGU is not impaired, but the recoverable value is more than carrying amount. If the RV is more than carrying amount, there is no impairment. So none of the asset will be impaired. Even if A is showing impairment test sign, A won't be impaired because they are forming part of this cash generating unit. So the objective and importance of CGU is what? It gives shelters to its assets. Barabar, if they are loss making, because you are considering one CGU, remember, correct? अभी मान लीजिए ये ब्रांच और ब्रांच का हमने असेसमेंट किया कैश फ्लो का, उसमें लॉस आ रहा है, इस पे गेन आ रहा है, नो प्रॉब्लम, इट कैन नॉट बी रिटर्न ऑफ बिकॉज दे आर पार्ट ऑफ सिंगल CGU, and a single CGU for two separate assets is positive, so the individual asset will not be impaired. So you won't impair A because overall this is positive, correct? But suppose CGU is impaired, then how will you allocate a loss? Act बोलता है कि अगर मान लीजिए CGU impaired हो जाता है आपका, for example assume that this is a 200, 100 and that is a 500. Loss of 100, correct? Recoverable value दिया हुआ है 50, 50, 300. Now shall we impair? Yes, because impairment loss is there 100. The bond between A and B, not C, because C is already having good value. You can't impair C unnecessarily. This 100 is because of A and B. Can it take in proportion of 2:2? That is, impairment loss will be nothing but 100 में से इसको 50 जाएगा, इसको 50 जाएगा. The revised carrying amount of A is 200 minus 50, B is 200 minus 50, and C is 100 minus 0. Correct? So if the CGU is not impaired, you should not impair the asset. If CGU is impaired, you should impair the asset. Correct? In proportionate manner, in this pro rata manner. Why should not impair C? Because C has got higher recoverable value as compared to A, as compared to the carrying amount. Hence C won't be impaired. Correct? Now, after impairing the CGU, let's see the impairment of a goodwill. Why goodwill? Because your CGU can consist of tangible assets as well as intangible assets both. Correct? पेटेंट, कॉपीराइट, कुछ भी हो सकता है, बट गुडविल नहीं हो सकता है. क्यों? गुडविल के पास कोई रिकवरेबल वैल्यू में नहीं होता है, इसलिए गुडविल का इम्पेयरमेंट अलग से किया जाता है. नाउ हाउ शुड वी इम्पेयर अ गुडविल? ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. गुडविल कैसे इम्पेयर करते हैं? देखो, हाउ शुड वी इम्पेयर अ गुडविल? सी हियर, व्हाट शुड यू डू फॉर गुडविल इम्पेयरमेंट? एक्ट बोलता है, suppose you have a CGU A whose carrying amount is, let's say, 500, correct? CGU A carrying amount 500, and you have a goodwill belonging to CGU A 50 rupees, correct? And recoverable value of CGU A is, let's say, for example, 410. So how to calculate impairment when there is a goodwill allocable to the CGU? Goodwill doesn't have any recoverable value, zero. तो एक्ट बोलता है कि अगर कोई लॉस होता है यहाँ पर, तो यू शुड फर्स्ट एट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स गुडविल. मान लेते हैं ये है 430 है मान लो, तो व्हाट शुड डू? CGU A 500 प्लस अलोकेबल गुडविल 50, टोटल 550, टोटल कैरिंग अमाउंट, एंड देन कंपेयर रिकवरेबल वैल्यू 430, you have a loss of 120. This impairment loss of 120 will first used to write off the goodwill, maximum 50, maximum चला जाएगा, and balancing figure what is left out 70 is for CGU A. 500 plus 50, 550. Recoverable value इसका है, goodwill का होता ही नहीं. अभी देखो, A, B, C you added, but you also add the recoverable value. Goodwill doesn't have a recoverable value. Obviously, if you get a loss, you will first attribute towards goodwill, balance towards the CGU. Suppose ये रिकवर वैल्यू 430 के बदले मान लेते हैं 430 के बदले है रिकवर वैल्यू आपकी, अज्यूम करो लेट्स से 520, तो लॉस विल बी 330 रुपीज एंड 30 विल बी एट्रीब्यूटेबल ओनली टुवर्ड्स गुडविल. और अगर मान लेते हैं कि आपका 550 के सामने आपका रिकवर वैल्यू है 560 है, नो इम्पेयरमेंट, तो गुडविल का कुछ नहीं होगा. Correct? So the moral of the story is, whenever you are impairing a CGU and there is a goodwill inside it, so what shall you do? Whatever impairment loss you get after adding goodwill in the carrying amount should be first attributable towards the goodwill. And being goodwill amortized as per AS14 over 5 years, goodwill can also be impaired. If impairment takes place, your amortization will be sidelined. But if the unit is very profitable, goodwill won't be impaired. And whenever you have purchased any business by paying goodwill, see to it that the purchase should be worth. योर रिकवरेबल वैल्यू शुड बी मोर, करेक्ट? ये कॉपी कर लो, ये कॉपी कर लो, ये कॉपी। इसका सीजीयू का इम्पेयरमेंट का रिवर्सल पढ़ा होगा मैं आपको। ये देखो, ये डेफिनेशन है सीजीयू का। ठीक, रेडी? हाँ, एनी नंबर ऑप्शन यू कैन टेक। हाँ,
नहीं नहीं, ये 70 120 का टोटल इम्पेयरमेंट लॉस है, जिसमें से हम 50 गुडविल के अगेंस्ट राइट ऑफ करेंगे, मतलब गुडविल नील हो जाएगा,
रिमेनिंग सीजीयू।
एंड बाकी नॉर्मल इम्पेयरमेंट का ही एंट्री जो
इम्पेयरमेंट इसकी एंट्री आएगी ना 50 की भी, द एंट्री विल बी इम्पेयरमेंट लॉस डेबिट टू गुडविल टू सीजीयू ए। बट पॉइंट इज फर्स्ट गुडविल विल बी रिटन ऑफ। पॉइंट इज दिस, इम्पेयरमेंट तो दोनों का होगा, because logic is simple. Goodwill doesn't have recoverable value only, so any loss is only attributable to this goodwill. Here also, if you distribute impairment loss, here also if you distribute impairment loss, you can't distribute a loss exceeding 50. Means you deduct 50 here because 100 में ये ratio में बांटा तुमने, 200 minus 50 will be 150. This 150 can't fall below 50. यानी आप उसके रिकवरेबल वैल्यू से नीचे इंपेयर नहीं कर सकते। मैक्सिमम इंपेयरमेंट विल बी टिल 50 रिकवरेबल वैल्यू, करेक्ट? रिमेंबर दिस वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट। ये चल जाएगा क्योंकि 200 माइनस 50 स्टिल 150 मार्जिन है आपका, बट यू कैन ब्रिंग इट बिलो 50 आफ्टर इंपेयरमेंट। अगर हो रहा है तो किसी और को लॉस दे देने का, बराबर है? द लॉस विल अल्टीमेटली शेयर बाय द एसेट्स, डोंट वरी। आगे बढ़े फ्रेंड्स। अभी हम लोग पढ़ेंगे गुडविल का रिवर्सल। सर गुडविल का रिवर्सल नहीं, इंपेयरमेंट का रिवर्सल, करेक्ट है? नवंबर 18 का प्रॉब्लम, आई सॉल्व इट। रिवर्सल इज देयर, ठीक है, चलो कोई बात। तो यू कैन, इफ इट इज देयर समवेयर यू कैन डिक्टेट एंड सॉल्व इट। नवंबर 18 करना पड़ेगा। लेट इट बी। आई रिमेंबर द क्वेश्चन, it was already asked just few attempts back, same question. Figures I don't remember, same to same, but the same thing was asked already. अभी चैप्टर कितना इजी लग गया? हाँ, वही जो आया था नवंबर में, वही करते हैं। ये मुझे क्वेश्चन। Now you do one thing, 1 मिनट, 8000 में से माइनस करिए तो लॉस मिलेगा। हाँ सुनो, लॉस मिलेगा, वो लॉस में से पहले गुडविल राइट ऑफ कर दे पूरा। हाँ ये देखो, बिल्कुल ऐसा है, बिल्कुल ऐसा है। रिमेनिंग लॉस विल बी एट्रिब्यूटेड टुवर्ड्स द सीजीयू ना। क्या टाइम पास हुआ यार सच्ची में सम का।
यहाँ पे सर ये जो 8000 की वैल्यू थी वो 31 मार्च 16 की है।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
एंड हमने ये इम्पेयरमेंट जो है वो 31 मार्च 18 का लिया।
तो देख काम करना पड़ेगा आपको, पहला डेप्रिसिएट करना पड़ेगा। वो तुम्हारा 3000 बराबर है। आई एम नॉट डिस्टर्बिंग दैट अमाउंट, दैट 3000 समथिंग राउंडेड ऑफ यू गॉट, दैट्स कीप इंटैक्ट। एल सॉल्व। नाउ टेल मी व्हाट इज द एसेट वैल्यू? एसेट का वैल्यू कितना है?
सीजीयू का
6000 2000। देखो 1 मिनट, देखो यहाँ पे कभी का वैल्यू है 1/4/2018 का है, 16 का है। एग्रीड? हाँ बस एक दिन आगे, करेक्ट, एक दिन बाद। आई डेप्रिशिएट फॉर 2016-17, हाँ 5 years life of the machine divided by 5 for 2 years depreciated, correct? कितना आता है मुझे बताओ per year? 6,000 upon 5 2 और एक आ गया depreciation, agreed? 17, 18. One more mistake should I tell you what happened? क्या एक और मिस्टेक, और टेक्निकली गलत है एक्चुअली. ऊपर मार्च लिखता है और नीचे 2017 लिखता है. इट कैन बी जनवरी ऑल्सो, करेक्ट? अच्छा कितना बैलेंस बचता है बताइए?
5,800.
डू यू एग्री ये भी डेप्रिशिएट होगा?
3,600.
हाउ मच?
3,600.
बस. एंड हाउ मच इज दिस डेप्रिशिएटेड ओवर 4 years? 500. 500. In short is 1,000 now. Total 4,600 minus whatever figure she has given PV. Deducted, correct? That's impairment loss. First used to write off the goodwill 1,000, balance towards the CG. Got it? But sorry, the sum is, means I can't, I should not be happy to say sum is easy. क्या करेंगे? When initially this fellow came in Mumbai, this fellow, he met me 2 times. सर कैसे कर पढ़ाने का क्या? काउंसलिंग दिया है मेरे से इसने, सर से भी लिया इसने. तो हमारा सामने जूनियर आया है ये.
हाँ पहले तो इधर पढ़ाते थे. मैं इनका टेलीग्राम चैनल में फॉलो करता हूँ. बहुत फ्री में बहुत कुछ देते हैं. वॉइस क्लिप से.
He is doing a good hard work, no doubt.
और एक बात.
But he is a follower of पंकज गर्ग. उसका फेवरेट प्रोफेसर है वो पंकज गर्ग, इसलिए मैंने तुमको बुक सजेस्ट किया. बट यू डोंट हैव टाइम. चलो हो गया अभी आंसर फटी, खत्म करो ना. आप लोग कितना टाइम लगा रहे हो? ये लॉस आया तुम्हारा माइनस करके, पहले गुडविल को राइट ऑफ करो, बच्चे का इसको राइट ऑफ करो, है ना? Have you completed or not? What are you doing?
हाँ हो गया.
Which I'm already fed up with this problem by seeing this crores and lakhs. और दूसरी बात कह रहा हूँ, आई एक्सपेक्ट रिवर्सल, तो है ही नहीं सब में, तो नॉर्मल इम्पेयरमेंट है. एंड दैट डेट इज completely irritating me, that March and that January type date they have given. Now forget it, bury it. Friends, अभी रिवर्सल का एक सम मुझे डिटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. राइट डाउन. आई रिमेंबर दैट नवंबर 17 पेपर, मे और नवंबर रिवर्सल का याद है. लिखो. See, in the exam, if they have not mentioned you the life of goodwill, always supposed to be 5 years. In amalgamation, age 14, correct. And he should know one more thing, this fellow, goodwill is never amortized for 4 years. It is always 5 years fixed period. चलो कोई बात नहीं. Right now, you remember yesterday intangible asset 10 years, but that was a case. Once again, that was a case whereby 10 years possible नहीं है, कुछ और दिया है तो वो लेना है, अदरवाइज 10 years लास्ट रिसोर्ट. अच्छा, नाउ रिवर्सल का सम करना है. राइट नाउ on 1/4/2015, on 1/4/2015, A Limited purchased a business for 1 lakh. Identifiable assets purchased 80,000. Next sentence write down. after 2 years, due to negative government reforms, negative government reforms, the company suffered a loss. And the recoverable value of the asset, estimated to be एक मिनट estimated to be 55,000. लिखा आपने? अच्छा, नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस राइट डाउन, नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ. आफ्टर येट अनदर 2 years, और 2 साल बाद क्या हुआ? The reforms were removed. And now the reforms were removed, and now the company re-estimated the recoverable value of the CGU, correct, which was rupees 68,000, correct. You are required to calculate the following. Impairment loss on 31st March 2015. The 15 impairment loss on 31st March 2017. बिजनेस 15 को खरीदा ना आपने?
Impairment loss
17. Question number 2. Reversal of impairment loss on 31st March 19. Question number 3. Annual depreciation. Now, let's calculate the impairment loss. Tell me, when you purchase a business? 1415, na? Now tell me what's the cost of the asset you have?
80,000.
How much?
80,000.
80,000? See here. नहीं, purchase it, how much amount? 1 lakh? हाँ, अच्छा एक और नोट लिख दो नीचे, PE factor 8%. 8%. Purchase at what price? 1 lakh, na? Out of which assets are how much? 80. Identifiable assets, CGU. Remaining is what? Goodwill. Paid extra 20,000. Correct? अच्छा, मशीन इसका एसेट का लाइफ 10 years लिखा आपने, नीचे लिखो लाइफ ऑफ द एसेट 10 years SLM. Life of the asset 10 years SLM. Now see here. This means if I paid 1 lakh rupees and my CGU is 80,000, remaining is attributable to goodwill. Now after 2 years what happened? There was an impairment. Bad news for me. So I'll depreciate 2 years first. Less depreciation. Which year, sir? 15, 16, correct? And 16, 17. Agreed, everyone? What's the life of CGU A? Life is 10 years. my depreciation will be how much then? 8,000, correct? One more 8,000. And my goodwill, nothing is given. It is always divided by 5 as per AS 14. So goodwill will be, amortization of goodwill will be 20,000 divided by 5. कितना आएगा बोलो मेरे को? 4,000 rupees. So I'll depreciate my goodwill 4,000 for 2 years. Now I'll stop here. Why? Why not to stop after 1 year? Because depreciation is constant. I should not stop. But I'll stop when the impairment will take place. Correct? So my milestone is the impairment here. I achieved one first milestone of calculating impairment loss. My remaining book value will be how much बोलो मेरे को? 64,000. Huh? And this will be nothing but 12,000 rupees. Correct? Sir, ये कौन सा तारीख है? 1/4/2017. Is this clear? This is my carrying amount on that date. Now, as per the problem given by them, they computed a recoverable value, which can be either net selling price or value use. And the recoverable value which we got was nothing but 76,000. Agreed, everyone? Sorry, 76 carrying amount. The recoverable value is nothing but, कितना है बताओ? 55,000. Agreed, everyone? This means I have an impairment loss of how much? 21,000. Correct na? I'll first attribute 21,000 to goodwill, maximum, correct? Balance कितना बच जाता है बोलो मेरे को? 9,000 towards CGU. And now I can calculate my revised carrying amount. Agreed? After impairment test. तो 1/4/2017 को अगर मैं revised carrying amount after impairment test, क्या आता carrying amount अब आपका देखो 64 - 9 हो जाएगा ये, 55, ये कितना हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा, total 55,000. Again 2 year I will depreciate the asset, correct? Why 2 year again? Because there is recovery now, 17/18 and 18/19. Goodwill won't be depreciated, but this asset will be depreciated. Depreciation of the asset is 55 divided by 10 years minus already expired 2 years, 8 years, 0 surrender value. Tell me how much?
6875.
Approx depreciation. Correct? Now I'll get my answer. Tell me how much balancing amount? How much amount? 41,250. This is my carrying amount on which date? After 2 years? Again I can compare recoverable value. 60? This means how much of reversal is available to me? How much reversal is available to me? Reversal available is nothing but the difference of these two. इतना रिवर्स कर सकता हूँ एसेट को, but will I reverse 26,000? Depending on what is the book value and I not impaired, only depreciated. So let's calculate the carrying amount on 1/4/2019. If there was no impairment, only depreciation. एक सेकेंड, क्या होगा देखो, मैंने एसेट खरीदा 80,000 का, याद है आपको? गुडविल ले लेगा आप, उसका रिवर्सल होगा ही नहीं. 4 साल चले गए आपके, 40% लाइफ इज ओवर टिल नाउ, करेक्ट? यानी आपका 60% लाइफ बच जाता है 48,000. यानी आप मैक्स इतने एसेट को बढ़ा सकते हो बस 48,000. 41,250 से इतना बढ़ा सकते हो. दिस मच इज एक्सेस अवेलेबल टू यू, बट यू कैन अवेल ओनली द डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस टू अमाउंट, करेक्ट? तो रिवर्सल अवेल और रिवर्सल अवेलेबल, रिवर्सल availed will be how much? Maximum. This will be nothing but 48,000 minus 14,250. कितना आएगा?
675.
To the lower of the two, 675. In short, you will reverse your asset by 6750, and my entry will be asset account debit to impairment up to P&L account. Correct. See, this was carrying amount. You compute recovery value.
वो समझ गया. My question is कि अभी जब हम 41 250 and 16,000 का difference करने को 26,000 आया.
This is a reversal available.
So if you avail only 6,750, do you have an option to take that thing ahead or?
No. You lower also two amount. You can't. This means you are ignoring depreciation. You are adding back that much. You are overvaluing your asset. At least depreciation should be charged till date. ना उतना तो asset का value होना ही चाहिए.
She is asking कि जो
अभी तो
balance है वो carry
20,000
forward
बचेगा.
हुआ क्या?
So, नहीं. First of all, these are all notional values. They are never recorded. They are just for comparison. The recognition will be the impairment loss in the reversal portion. Correct. So these are all notional values. यही actual value है बस 41. ठीक है? Copy कर लो.
सर आपने एंट्री में बताई asset account debit
To
to
P&L. हो गया आंसर? Ready? Impairment was very easy, not a heavy chapter. Correct? अच्छा. Now leasing. AS 19 or AS 17. Leasing. Anybody know something on leasing?